So I need manufacturers of parts and things to take a little bit of extra consideration to think about some of us who are just total idiots and make things work a little bit easier for us. Let me show you what I did today. So this is my old beat up Husqvarna lawnmower, and the fuel pump was giving me problems. So I bought a new fuel pump, which is really easy to install. It's 2 little screws and 3 hoses. Took me no time at all to install it. Then I tried to start the thing. And I thought, well, maybe it needs to be bled out. It wasn't starting. I sprayed a little bit of starting fluid in, and it fired off for a little bit and things. And finally I got it to run for a couple of minutes, and then it died. Couldn't figure out what was going on. Just I'd mess with it, and it just wouldn't keep running. It would maybe run for a couple of seconds at most. And I thought, well, there's water in the gas, which, good possibility. It's been sitting all winter with a half a tank of gas in it. I do that regularly. It's never been a problem before, but maybe there's water in the gas. So I pulled the fuel line off, just disconnected it from the filter here, and gas is pouring out, and it's kind of milky looking. And I thought, well, it does have some water in it, so I shoved it back on there and thought, well, I'll pull the line off from the fuel pump, so I got a little bit longer line and I can drain it into a container more easily. So I pulled that off. Nothing came out of the line. Sat there, messed around, there's nothing. No, the cap's tight. No, I'd take the cap off the tank. Nothing changed. No fuel coming out of that. So pulled this line off back to the filter, and fuel came through the filter. Yeah, okay, so the problem's in that piece of fuel line. Pulled the line off, tried to blow through it, couldn't blow through it. What's going on? Why can't I get any gas through that? Why can't I blow through that line? And so just happened to glance at the end of it, and there was something funny about the end of that line. It just looked like there was maybe a loose piece of something inside. And so I got my needle nose pliers, and I did a little bit of digging. And that was stuck in the end of the fuel hose. I thought, where did that come from? Because it was stuck with this end, the open end, to the end of the hose. So I almost didn't see it. I mean, you look down that, if that's tightly fitted inside your fuel hose, you look pretty close before you see it. It suddenly occurred to me that may have come off of my fuel pump. There were, in fact, 3 of those, one on each of the 3 stobs where the hoses went onto the fuel pump, all 3 of which were now stuck in their respective lines. Once I got those pulled out, hey presto, it all works beautifully. But here's my point. These things are, for all intents and purposes, exactly the same color as the plastic of the body of that pump. I didn't see them when I put the pump on. I've never had I bought fuel pumps and stuff before. I've never had one that had little caps over it. It's a good idea, but I never encountered it before. So what I want manufacturers to do, this is one of those stupid engineering things. It's really simple, and yet could make life a lot easier for us dumb people. Make these caps bright red or bright yellow or anything other than a black that matches the rest of the part. Please, just for us mentally challenged home mechanics. Mower's running, lawn's mowed, I'm pooped. Just thought that was kind of funny that I spent pretty close to a half an hour trying to figure out why this thing wouldn't run, and it was just because I didn't see those things that were the same color as the plastic on the pump. Y'all have a good day.